A new documentary follows three doctors from different backgrounds on one harrowing mission, risking their own lives to operate on Palestinian patients inside a besieged Gaza hospital. Here's a clip from the new film American Doctor.
I want to take you through what Gaza looks like when
the hospital's totally overwhelmed.
you're getting waves of patients. What do you prioritize? What do you have to treat them? You got no pain medicine to give the people whose legs have been blown off.
The film also documents their return home to the United States and the advocacy directed at Congress. Now, the group was among more than 100 doctors asking for American tax dollars to not be spent on Israeli weapons. Here's another clip.
Hit a hospital. That's a deep tragedy that people will feel in the community for the foreseeable future.
We're just asking that hospitals not be targeted. Why that conversation is derailed in the United States is beyond me.
Here are some numbers to put all of this in perspective. The World Health Organization recorded nearly 1,000 attacks affecting health facilities in Gaza since October 2023. 1,000 people were killed in those attacks and nearly 1,700 injured. All 36 hospitals in Gaza have been damaged, with only half remaining partially functional. We are joined now in studio by one of the featured doctors in American Doctors, Thayer Ahmad, an emergency medicine physician from here in Chicago. Thanks so much for joining me this morning. Why did you decide to not only take part in this documentary, but first and foremost, to head to Gaza and help?
Well, I think what was happening there really affected me, especially Palestinian healthcare workers, colleagues that I've worked with before. Seeing them be targeted and killed, seeing them suffer as much. I wanted to stand in solidarity, like many other healthcare workers here in the United States, but also wanted to bring their message back to the people that are making the decisions in Congress, as well as in the White House.
And that's why you decided to be featured in the documentary.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
The film also covers the Israeli double-tap strike on Nasser Hospital, where you worked, which happened a year ago this week.
Yeah.
Journalists, I know, patients, staff died in that strike. Did you know any of them? And how did that affect you and your ability to work?
Yeah, I mean, I know many of the people. Gaza is a very small place, smaller than the city of Chicago. And so we know many of these people who have been affected by this, who have been injured, who've been killed. It's devastating when you see something like that happen because they should be protected under international law.
As a Palestinian American, your experience was much different than the other two doctors featured in the film from different backgrounds. Can you talk a little bit about that and how your perspective might have differed?
Well, I tried to go back, and because of my Palestinian heritage, I was rejected by the Israeli authorities the second time, as well as the third time, and most recently last week when I tried to go back, as well as the largest Palestinian diaspora is here in the Chicagoland area. So as things were unfolding, it affected a lot of us, and we wanted to do what we could to help alleviate the suffering, the children, the pregnant women, the really vulnerable people who were affected by blockade and the famine that developed as a result of that blockade.
So many of the victims or those injured are children, I know. I know on your way home, you were actually detained by DHS. Tell me about that.
Yeah, there was just some foolish questions by many of the people here at O'Hare Airport, asking things that you would never ask a physician or a healthcare worker going to other areas trying to help. And in fact, I was denied when they held me and questioned me. I just think it's kind of silly, and it's a waste of resources and time.
I know the film doesn't stay in Gaza, as I mentioned, and you kind of alluded to. It also follows you back home to the United States and to Congress.
That's right.
Can you tell me about what you said, what the message to Congress was, and how members reacted?
Well, I think one of the main things was that the United States plays a pivotal role and can actually be the leading institution for peace. It can be the one that decides that the war should stop. And it wasn't doing so. It wasn't doing so under President Biden, and it's not doing so under President Trump, despite there being a so-called ceasefire. We have a lot of sway in this. We could save a lot of lives, and we want our Congress, we want our senators to be able to step up and rise to the occasion and save these kids.
Now, acknowledging that this whole war in Gaza with Israel is a very emotionally charged subject for so many people. But what do you want people to take away from this documentary?
Well, that's the point of the film. It's to remove all of the emotional baggage that will come with it. It's a human story, and we want you to see the human beings. Once you get to that level of the conversation, nobody's going to have any disagreements that kids should get food and that hospitals should be able to function and treat their patients.
Dr. Thayer Ahmad, thank you so much for joining me. I am glad that you are here safe.
Thank you.
And I really appreciate you giving us your perspective on what is happening there and the documentary. And speaking of the documentary, American Doctors, tickets are now available to see American Doctor, and this weekend Dr. Ahmad will be part of a post-screening Q&A at the Siskel Film Center. The documentary can also be seen at the Uprising Theater in Avondale.